Next to become a true national treasure, Barbara Windsor drops by, the star of One Foot in the Grave and now Merlin. Richard Wilson's here. And there's music and chat from the legendary Aha. Time now, though, to catch up on all the latest action from Britain's biggest TV show. And in case you missed it, here's what happened on this weekend's X Factor in just 30 seconds.
Come together. There was something missing in the performance tonight, Matt.
You've been around.
Lyrically, it was absolutely genius.
I think my performance of the night.
Good to see Fast Five singing the Fast Five.
For me, out of all of your performances, it wasn't my favourite.
Mary's got her mojo back.
Good on, Mary. Please welcome my X Factor queen, Konnie Huq, and former contestant, Rowetta. First up, the crowd's boos could be heard up and down the land as the judges controversially voted to save Cher and dump Paige.
This is absolutely the worst part. I hate this part.
You go and break my heart.
Neither of you actually should have been in the bottom.
This is just outrageous that either of you were there, given such fantastic performances.
It's so difficult and it's very unfair.
We need a name.
Paige.
Connie, the cynical might say it does seem every week that the ones that grab the headlines get saved and the better singers who don't are the ones who slip away. Is that fair?
Well, I think this year in particular, the judges had said how they really wanted someone very contemporary. And I know that Simon and Cheryl definitely felt that they'd found that in Cher, because there's never been a contestant like her with her rapping and her sort of modern spin on things. And this week she didn't perform a very contemporary number like she usually does. So I think they felt that that might have affected her.
Rowetta, do you think you could have mastered the tears in such quantity when you were on, as Cher manages to evoke every week?
I couldn't do it every week, no. No, I do think, though, the judges should, because there's 4 of them, I should think they should leave it to the public and go to deadlock when it gets like that, because it's people's lives, the young kids.
I know, I agree, but it's what they always tell they're being cowardly, aren't they? But on Saturday night, Cheryl Cole decided to make public that Wagner was well and truly off her Christmas card list.
I believe you've made some comments this week about me being from a council estate and just a very lucky girl. Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm very proud of my roots. Don't focus on what everyone else or how lucky I am, but how lucky you are to be on that stage.
So many people who live in a council space, they don't believe, but because you are incredibly talented, beautiful, and have the manners of a princess, you are now the most famous woman in the country.
That was all a bit unexpected, Connie. I mean, Cheryl dragging up what had been in the papers. I think people were quite surprised by that.
Yeah, I think, and what amazed me was that Wagner actually replied very eloquently and put his case across quite well, that he'd been misquoted and actually he was putting it in a positive light, according to what he said. And I think that might have actually helped Wagner.
I mean, it's interesting that we could actually understand what he was saying, because in his lyrics, Rowetta, normally we can't, you know. So...
I don't know what tune he's singing in usually, but I can understand his lyrics. But I thought, because Cheryl's been in that position herself as a contestant, it's horrible when you stood up there. I was really surprised that she brought that up, because he didn't say anything really bad. If he said she was lucky, we're all lucky. Yeah. Everybody who's been on a talent competition got to the finals. We're all lucky. I don't think that's bad. And the council house thing, I don't think that's offensive to anybody.
Very odd to see her going off on one.
It was a shame.
Now to the song that's becoming something of an X Factor tradition. Heroes, originally recorded by David Bowie, is to raise money for the charity Help for Heroes and features all 16 of the show's finalists. It's a great cause, isn't it? But I noticed that Wagner was tucked well at the back. You couldn't see him much, Connie.
Maybe they just didn't want his vocal to register as much as the others nearer the mic at the front. Not saying anything. Yeah, it's quite interesting, actually, because there'll be a few charity singles out this year.
Well, also Gamu is bringing one out as well. Does that surprise you, Rowetta, that she's something apparently she recorded it 3 years ago, which is
I think it's great, all the charity singles, for great causes, and even if you don't like one particular single, if you believe in the cause, you should download them anyway. This Heroes one, I think it's really good, although they did mime it didn't matter where Wagner was, but I think that's irrelevant. You should download it, whether you like it or not, even if you never listen to it again. It's for a great cause. As will Gamu's as well, all charity singles.
Available to download now.
Right. Rowetta, your top three. Who's going to get through to the top three?
I love Rebecca, so I hope she gets through. I think a few people had a difficult week, but Rebecca, Matt and One Direction were my favourites this week.
One Direction, they crop up every week, don't they? Who's going to win, Connie?
Oh,
Rebecca!
Oh, there you go.
This is Rebecca, come on.
Well, I say that if One Direction do win, it will make 5 people very happy instead of just one.
What a diplomat.
She's got children.
What a diplomat. My thanks to Connie and Rowetta. Thank you.